You've been waiting for me. I wonder why. Why would you be waiting for me? What makes me special? Okay. Thank you, I guess. All right, let's see if we can get some people to come up. Hey, Val, how you doing, darling? Big up yourself, Rhonda. Hey, Mel. Love you too, darling. Good to see you as always, Mel. I know I've been MIA. I know. I gotta make some money, you know. Hey, no job, big up yourself. Oh, time's up, big up. I'm okay, just tired, but I'm good. You know how it is. I gotta eat. I gotta make money. Hey, Mr. Seppi, Deborah. Keep it plump. What does that mean? Do you mind coming up and telling us what that means? Seal beater. Hey, Andrea, big up yourself. Is this seal beater the seal beater that I know from? Is this the same seal beater? I don't even know if that's the same person. Oh, hey, love, big up yourself, darling. What happened to your other account? Saltis Breeze. These people. Mosquito, do you want to come up? Mosquito. Big up, Dina. Okay, TikTok is going to be banned, so you don't have to worry much. The crazy liberals that like to report won't be on here anymore. Why do I hate adults loving adults? I don't know what you mean. IDG, hey. Can you come up and explain what you mean I hate adults loving adults? I don't know what you mean. It's at a 9-month extension. Your boyfriend is, oh, so you're a lesbian, Mosquito. If you're a female and your boyfriend's a female, you're a lesbian. And if you're a male and your boyfriend is a female, that means you're in a heterosexual relationship.
I agree.
Don't know why the extra steps are needed. Hello, how old are you?
22.
Okay, how can I help you?
Like I generally agree with a lot of things that you say, what you believe in, but you were talking about like homosexual partners. I don't think we should judge people for. I mean, if they don't try to tell us what they're doing is normal and like our kids should be doing the same, you know, what they do behind their walls is completely their own freedom. I think their
That's their
freedom.
business. I don't agree with it, but that's your business. Just keep it to yourself. I don't need you to
Okay.
see you down the street doing it. I don't need to see videos of you at your parades doing it with children looking on. My
So
brother's
if
gay,
you
and I've
saw,
never seen him doing any type of intimacy. I've never seen that, and he's here 99% of the time. So why should I be walking down the street and seeing you having an orgy at your parade?
yeah, it's wrong. I agree with you. But if you see two respectable men who just happen to be partners, give each other a little smuck on the cheek or something. Do you see anything? Do you see an issue with that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like public display of affection. It has nothing to do with just get people. If I see a man and a woman like eating each other's face and there are kids around, it turns me off. I don't like that either. You're new here, so don't think that I just talk about same-sex people. I talk about the 304s. I talk about the moms that are ratchet, having 45 baby daddies. I talk about a lot of stuff. All
I
right. It's
know.
just that my focus is on the children.
Oh, I 100% agree with you. That's the children are our future. We need to protect our children. And I love that
I added you
you.
back, Caitlin. I don't know. I added you back. So I don't know.
I
I'll
really,
speak with the moderators and see. Go ahead.
I listened to your debate with the stick figure on your picture here. Very good. I love that you pointed out that the foundation of the ideology that where it's rooted at, and that is about harming children, normalizing and sexualizing children.
Hey,
I think that
Batman.
that's and hey, congrats. I love your loud and proud energy.
You saw that I
Keep going.
destroyed Parker, hands down. And they're like, you didn't. I did on his own live.
I mean, it could be a bit refined, of course, but the guy was speechless. He was just spewing nonsense. Like, he
Yeah, he
couldn't
was
even
caught off
address
guard.
you. He
He
couldn't
couldn't
address
respond.
you.
Did you see the comments where people are like, Parker, say something, please? Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
it's illogical. I mean, you cannot. You just can't.
It is what it is. He doesn't allow me on live anymore. Transwatch, love you, sister. Good to see you. I wasn't watching the comments. I'm sorry. Big up, Bree. Um, Love to see you guys as always. I wasn't watching the comments. I'm sorry. I turned away for a couple seconds. I'm sorry. Love you
I'll
guys.
I'll I'll leave so some opposition perhaps can come up tonight. I hope you're
Yeah.
feeling healthy. I hope you have enough energy. You're super entertaining. Uh, Congratulations for what you do.
Thank you, darling. I hope you have a great evening as well. And God is
Yeah,
good.
you
Take care.
too.
Yeah, I'm a bit tired, but it is what it is. Um, I gotta make money. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not gonna stay along. Big up, Tisha. Good to see you. Good to see you, baby. It is. It has been a minute. Sing Jerry. Has been a minute. What was the dream about? Big up antics. Do you guys see the troll accounts coming in? Do you guys see coming in? Hey Shanti, I don't know who these people are. I don't know who they are. They're like, big up, love you. I don't know who they, but let's entertain them. They help the algorithm. I don't know. They have the same MO, like we don't know where they come from. We have screenshots from their thingy of them talking about just going in there and say, hi, love Shante, double Shante. We have it. We know. Okay, it's okay. You guys have the same MO. It gets boring at this point. Why would you want to come in here? You guys obviously know that I'm the truth. That's why you're here. It's weird. I hear you, Simnik. Are there anybody that is? Huh? That's just a dream. That's just a dream. That's just a dream, Tisha. It must be snow that pinned it. Remember, dreams are symbolical. It doesn't have to be the same thing. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing. You guys have to understand something. All right? Dreams are not like da 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 clear cut. It's symbolic. Right? It's symbolic. It could just mean that I'm doing God's work. You know what I mean? Or Christ is speaking through me. It could mean that. Mhm. I just hope everybody's well. I love you all. And just try to have conversations with each other. Who's triggered by it, Snow? I don't think it's funny. I think that, listen, remember when I told you guys that I dreamt that they unalived? Yes, Solomon was Christ. He was Christ. The Bible tells us that he was Christ. Christ was Solomon. Solomon was Christ. The Bible tells us that. You can read it in the Bible. If you have the discernment, you can read it and you can see it. It's there. If you need scripture to back it up, I can provide you with scripture. There's a part in it when Christ said, they came seeking Solomon but found me. Where he said, she came looking for Solomon and found me. That's it. And there are other scriptures. All right, remind me, call me on Discord and remind me to provide it for you. Yes, the Bible, if you read it, and biblical scholars agree on this. Biblical scholars agree on this because of the context of the Bible. Also, when they spoke about the angel of the Lord, when Michael couldn't defeat and the angel of the Lord came, that was Christ as well. Hey, Moody, big up yourself. Jeremiah. If you read the book of Jeremiah, okay? If you read the book of Jeremiah, you will have an inclination as to who he was as well. Big up yourself, CSB. Exactly. And yes, snow is love or lore. I don't know. Who is this? Somebody's in the background? Somebody requested? And you don't have to take my word for it. You can look up biblical scholars, people who actually read the Bible. Hey, Aaron, big up yourself, love.
It's
Oh,
me
Bobby, go
again.
with you.
Nigga, 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 nigga.
Report it. Report the account. Report
Nigga,
it.
nigga,
That it gets
nigga,
bad.
nigga, nigga.
Mass report it. Mass report it. Go to its page and mass report it. Because I don't know what that is about. What is that about? Is that supposed to be funny? Anyway, as I was saying, you can't find anything on Solomon. Let me get my notes. Hold on. I'm so freaking tired. My feet hurt. Ay. Ay. Hold on. Ay. I'll read it for you. Let me find it for you. If there's anybody requesting, you guys can bring them up. It doesn't matter. If they start acting belligerent, you can just boot them.
Hello?
From Discord to TikTok. Big up Aunt Lydia, good to see you.
Hello?
Hello, good day, how old are you?
I'm 18. Hello?
True, weren't you on a live where they were talking shit about me? Can you hear me, person?
Yeah. Me?
No, not you, baby.
Oh, sorry.
True, weren't you on a live where they were talking shit about me last night? You can't mute or bring anyone up? I didn't know that. Hold on, let me fix that. You're 18 years old?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
I just wanted to ask, I'm not here to be disrespectful.
What year were you born?
2006.
You should be able to take on guests. You can bring up guests. You can do that. I don't know why it's doing that. You were born in 2000 and when?
2006.
Wouldn't you be 19?
No? Not yet.
Oh. Wasn't Chu on the live last night?
Me?
Jesus Christ. I'm
Oh,
talking
sorry.
about Chu. Not
I'm
you,
so
not
sorry.
you. Hold on. Let me pull it up because look at this. Wasn't that you? On a live about me? Huh? Clock it.
Yeah, they were.
Clock it. Yeah, take one of them. Take one. And leave the other one. Yeah. Clock the tea. Clock the tea. Choo choo. Choo choo choo. Oh, what was it saying? What was it saying, Drea? Tell me, my darling. Every now and then I fall apart. Let me get back on track. What was it saying, good sis? They say you put his son on the panel. Who is his son? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Tisha, don't worry yourself. Tisha, you are correct. You are correct, Tisha. I'll give the Bible verses. You are correct. Solomon was Christ according to scripture. And Jeremiah, it is believed he was Jeremiah too. You have to understand that a lot of people don't actually read the Bible. They just have people tell them about the Bible. So it's two separate things. Once you read it, actually read it. Yeah, I don't care what Tony believes now. I don't care what Tony believes. The scripture is there. I'll read the scripture. One thing with me, I actually read the Bible. That's something that I do.
Shanta?
Yes, what do you want to talk about, darling?
I just wanted to ask, how is cis a slur? Because from what I have, from the information I have, I thought it was just like the gender you had assigned at birth.
I've never heard anybody assigning anybody at birth with their gender other than their biology. True, you're gonna be blocked, sweetie.
Wait, I'm a bit
What
confused. on
screenshots are you talking about? Let's bring True up because we're gonna block it if it doesn't come up and talk about it. Because you're saying stuff in the comment section and we don't know what you're talking about. We need you up in the box to speak on it or you will be blocked. So come on up, sweetie. Yeah, nobody assigns anybody their gender at birth, my darling.
I know it was like the gender that like they came out of, like with the womb when they had birth, were given birth to. That's like the gender that was recorded. That's what was put down as.
Oh, nobody assigns you that. They just make a note of it. They make a note of your gender.
So what does cis mean to you?
Cis is just a scientific term using chemistry or just biochemistry, meaning on this side. It has nothing to do with your gender.
Does it not?
No, it doesn't. And a matter of fact, if it had anything to do with your gender, it would literally correlate with the fact that there are only two.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. You can get that girl on. I'll leave. But thank you for having me.
No problem.
You're very pretty, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I try.
Hello.
Sav, if you have any questions either, you're free to come up. There is no forthcoming. The Bible speaks of reincarnation. If you read it, you would actually see it. Remember the two, the Bible speaks of two people being taken away and didn't pass away. And that is Enoch and Elijah, right? They were taken up. So they will come back again. It is believed. They will be the two prophets on the time of resurrection. All right. Also, the Bible spoke on when there's a scripture in there when Christ said, "She came looking for Solomon and found me." Meaning, do you understand what he means by that? One in the same. All right, you can read the book of Jeremiah and listen to how he speaks, right? And what is to come, right? And it's speaking of Christ. You can read the book yourself. Yes, sir. You said that somebody put up something of the sort. What?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know where you got where I was talking shit. So basically,
I really don't care about who talks shit about me. I'm saying you're
well,
coming here acting all friendly and you weren't alive where they were
well,
talking
yeah,
about
because
me.
I noticed you were on the background, so I came up. I went up
You
before
just
that.
happened to be in there when I was on the
So
background. Oh,
so
strange.
wait, hold on. There was a different topic up, and she brought up your name and said something about Shanta. I said, "Oh, I know Shanta," and she said, "Oh, I hate Shanta because one of my friends, her children were on your panel, and so she was talking about it, and then the other dude that you were talking about,
Whose child was on my panel?
what's her name? The
Of course, it follows Cuttlefish IDG. Come
yeah,
on, that's why. That's why it was
cuttlefish.
over there. Because oh, would you know that they were talking about me? I don't even know that person. Anyway, whose children were
Yeah,
on
so yeah,
my account?
cuttlefish
Listen, I
has
don't care about you nor Cuttlefish. Whose children were on my account?
Cuttlefish's children were on the background. He showed me a photo of his children on your panel, and
Oh, can you bring it up for us to put it up?
I don't have screenshots, but he did tell me
Oh,
that you blocked him on all of his accounts, and he wants
yeah,
to
because he
have a
never wants
conversation.
to come up. He never wants to come up. He spams the comment section. He sends bots reporters, and he promised that he would come to my house to kick my ass. I'm still waiting. I don't have time for TikTok beefs, right? Cuttlefoot has put up other people's children. He gave Avani OTS's Facebook with her children that caused Avani to put up OTS son. He's literally put out screenshots, okay, of other people's children. He did that to the lady that goes by Grace. I think her name is Karen. That was essayed by a man who identifies as trans, and they put up her children, all her business on the internet. He even tried to dox me, created a whole Reddit about me. Listen to me, people. This is what I'm saying. Why do you people come on my lives? Cuttlefish is not a victim. The amount of people that Cuttlefish has doxed on this app, and not only that, because I have all the dirt on Cuttlefish. He was doing the same thing over on Facebook to people. He was doing the same thing over on Facebook to people. Cuttlefish's eldest daughter hates him, and Cuttlefish is a crackhead. I don't have time for that. If Cuttlefish has any qualms with me, he can come. He's not blocked anymore. He can come up, but he won't come up. He goes to other people's life and recruit people like you to come on here and stalk me. For what reason, I don't know.
Well,
Y'all are pathetic.
I'm not even stalking you. I'm just here because
But why would you be here? You don't like me. You follow Cuttlefish. Stay over there. Listen, I don't need the
I don't follow
followers.
Cuttlefish.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. I don't need the followers. I don't need it. I just need to be able to go live. I'm not here for social media fame or social media notoriety. That's why I don't buy hundreds of thousands of followers like Envy and Christy. I'm not here to do that. That's not what I'm here for. If I cared about a following, you guys don't need to come here. Don't come to my lives.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I wasn't talking shit.
Yeah, but you guys need to just stay away from me. I won't miss you. I'm sorry. I'm not here to build followers, and it's the people that follow me and love me, they will be with me forever because they get what I'm doing. They will never leave, and those are the people that I need. Everybody else can just go away. You don't need to be here supporting that man. Cuttlefish is not a victim.
I don't support Cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish is not a victim.
I just heard the clips and I saw the screenshots. I'm not supporting anyone.
But Cuttlefish literally put up an address that he said was mine, a Facebook that they said was mine. I don't even have a Facebook. Facebook is for people like Cuttlefish and Christian.
Do you have screenshots of him doxing people?
Oh my God. This man is new here. Tell him up. Oh, Kate. Somebody just messaged me. Kate. He doxed Kate. Him and Mama Wolf. Putting up her children, everything. Ask him about Kate. Ask him. Ask him about Elijah. Ask him about how he was trying to dox he was trying to dox her. And a matter of fact, they put up something on her. And now she's acting like they didn't do anything. Good thing we have it on recording, where she said that they were doxing her on my live. He tried to dox Snow, right? Telling Snow to send photos of himself. Why would he want Snow to send photos of himself? So at the time, Snow at the time was like 18. Cuttlefish is like 50 years old, right? And all these things. Look how many people he doxed on this app, threatening people, telling Sobi, I have your IP address. We have that on screenshot as well. Telling people if they support me, they're risking being doxed. People have sent me messages. Big up Life's a Puzzle. Literally, I have so much dirt on him. Cuttlefish is not a victim. You want to put up everybody. When you try to put up my name, address, so-called telephone number, knowing how I speak against the alphabet community, going into LGBT spaces, putting up information about me, you're trying to get me unalived. Cuttlefish is not a victim. There's a whole Reddit that he created about me, and I have him on recording saying, I made the Reddit about Shanta.
Well, everyone in this live can go message Cuttlefish and tell him to leave you alone, honestly.
We don't need him to leave us alone. He said he was going to come to my house and kick my ass. Tell him to come. Tell him to stop acting tough on TikTok.
Because if he was here, he would have requested up and had a whole conversation.
No, he wouldn't. You're new. He would not have requested up. None of them request up on my lives. And when they do, they run. They stay for 10 seconds at most and run. People tell him, please, let him know. That's why he was blocked. Because the only thing he comes on here to do is send report bots and report my live. This is a new woman. Why are you going to this woman talking about me? It's been months. This has been going on since June. My God, you're 50 years old. Go about your business. This is a woman. I don't even know this woman. Never seen the woman in my life. And you're going to this woman and telling her about me. My God, look how many things he has done, and we have proof. Proof. Hardcore proof. I don't lie on people. I don't need to, because if I say it, I say it. Nobody can beat me. You're going to start to Smith & Wesson before you can beat me. On Christ. Hello, Kenny Willis. How old are you?
I am 30.
Awesome. What are your thoughts?
I kind of just want to talk about the first thing.
Exactly,
I saw
Funny
here.
Bone. We know that he's up. Just block it. I don't want it here. Cuttlefish will never come here to be toe to toe with me. He's tried it, and when I put up his photo, he ran. Cuttlefish is built like a, what do you call them? Pot belly pig. He would never come up here. Plus, he told Joy that he was addicted to crackety crack, and that whenever a match is lit, right, it triggers his addiction. Okay, tell him to go to rehab. Hello, I'm sorry. How old are you? I was busy taking out the trash.
Oh, no, I was saying I'm 30.
Awesome. Do you have any disagreements with the black girl?
I mainly want to talk about the first thing. The cis is a slur.
Okay, big up
Yeah.
Risa, big up yourself, Josh. Good to see you guys. Mwah. All right, so yeah, it's a slur because we find it to be an offense. We find it demeaning, unnecessary.
All right. Okay, so I guess my question would be like, is the prompt saying that you personally consider it a slur, or it
Just the
it
people that are
literally?
being called that. Yeah, the people who are being called that considered it to be redundant, derogative, belittling.
Yeah, I only ask because I'm what you would consider cisgender, and I don't really see it as a slur at all. So I'm
I'm
trying to
sorry that
understand.
I'm sorry that you have cysts. Make sure that you get them cut and drained. They can be problematic. But I don't know when you started having these things grow on your body, but seek medical treatment. The facts are, you as an individual, it's like the N word. I personally don't give a shit who calls me that. But you're black and you may take offense to it, right? But I really don't
Right.
care. It doesn't mean that, it's not demeaning to the group of people being called that.
Yeah, well, what I'm trying to understand is like, is this just a thing that you and I guess
Not
some
just
of the
me.
people
We
you
can
know
do a
think,
simple
or
poll. We can do a simple poll in here. Do you want me to do a poll to ask the audience what
I
their
feel like
thoughts
if you
are?
do the poll in here with your group, it's going to be very skewed. I think if you do a
I don't
poll,
think so, because there are people here from diverse parts of the world. England, Denmark, Scotland, Ireland, the UK, all over. So let's ask the people.
yeah, I
Africa.
mean, if you're asking the people in here, I'm assuming the people that are in here are people that agree
No,
with
most
you
of them
already for
hate
the
my
most part.
guts. No, most of them hate my guts and come here purely to report. I can't do the thingy. Can somebody? Oh, is it up? Yeah, there it is. Smiley face if you take offense to being called cisgendered. Smiley face if you take offense to being called cisgendered.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get anywhere with a poll in here.
Oh, there are a lot of
It
people in
doesn't.
here who hate me. A lot of
It,
them.
it, it doesn't really prove anything.
It does prove it. Do you think that people in Africa would allow you to call them cisgendered?
No, but I think there's a very obvious reason why they wouldn't.
Why?
A lot of the people in Africa are pretty traditional and conservative, so they wouldn't
What do
agree
you
with.
think about people in the Caribbean,
They're pretty conservative as well.
Middle East?
Yeah, we can skip it. Most of the world is pretty.
Exactly. So most of the world do not support your community, fight it to be against nature, and doesn't want to be affiliated with it in any way, shape, or form. A lot of people
Whoa,
don't
whoa,
even
whoa,
like
no,
being
you're
called
skipping.
straight.
You skipping to the end there. Just because most of the world is conservative doesn't mean they'll agree that it's a slur.
They don't want to
It's
be
just
called
that.
that. They take offense to it, sweetie. They did a poll. Remember, there was a guy that he's a famous YouTuber. He's traveled around the world asking about transgenderism and the alphabet community and cis and that and this. And it was a consensus. Majority of I'm telling you, the rest of the
Yeah,
world doesn't
well,
play
what
along
I'm
with your
trying to,
delusions.
well, what I'll say is that a lot of people, if you explain that, the problem here is that we're making this a moral question versus a question of linguistics. Like the word cis, it's a linguistic tool. It's just it's a word. It's not supposed to come with politics, but people have put politics onto it. So, of course, with people who believe that the word cis is just this LGBT thing that's trying to, and you're against LGBT, then that's what it becomes. But that doesn't make it a slur.
What makes it a slur is if the people say they don't want to be called that, find it redundant, unnecessary, and demeaning. That's what makes it a slur.
I guess, man.
Remember, a lot of people never found the N word to be offensive. They were like, "That's what you are."
Yeah, I mean, you can say that about anything. You can say that if I called you a big head, a fat head, no, people would
Hold
say
on,
that's
darling.
offensive. And
Nonya, you have to understand, Nonya. Your Reddit, you guys Reddit that you have, I've never gone to it. Never gone to it. People send me screenshot for legal reasons, right? People send me screenshots for legal reasons. What makes you think that I would want to see your screenshot from the Reddit? It's either you come up or you go away. We don't care about that. The only time I receive information from the Reddit is for legal reasons. All right? That's it. That's all. Don't care about you. Yeah, but the thing is, my darling, as I was saying, there is nothing you can call us cis when we're just women and men, right? It's not necessary. It's redundant because if cis means you're the way that you were born, that means I was born a female and I'm still a female, and an adult human female is just a woman. That's it. That's all. There's nothing else. So it's unnecessary. It's just to make these deranged men feel good
does
about
it being
themselves.
unnecessary and redundant make it a slur?
No, the fact that we take offense to it makes it a slur.
Okay, but you can take offense to anything. If I say that you have a big head, like you can't say
No,
that
that's not how a slur
big
works.
head is not a slur. Like,
No,
yeah, that's
if
what I'm
you
saying,
call
though.
people, let me show you how a slur is formed, how a slur is made. If
Go
it
ahead.
is that you came up with a word to describe people with big heads, like Bodily head, right? And it's only being used on people that have big heads to describe them, right? So it's being used to demean. The people are going to find it demeaning, unnecessary, because you don't need to call me Bobbly head. You can just say big head, which I already have. I acknowledge that, right? Therefore, making the word a slur. So if I'm a woman and you're adding cis to it, right? And the group of us are like, well, cis means that you're just how you were born. That means I was born a female. I'm an adult female. Doesn't that just mean I'm a woman? Why do you need to call me cis? And you're like, but you are cis. You are cis. Then you're doing it to antagonize us. And that's what makes it offensive and demeaning. Hello, Cautious, how old are you? Big up yourself, Shadow. I didn't hear you.
20.
Awesome. Do you disagree with the background?
Yeah, I mean, surely by that logic that you just explained about cis being a slur, calling somebody trans like a he or a she would be a slur also, right? By the same logic.
He or she is SMEX-based pronouns to identify the male and female SMEX.
Correct.
Can't be as a slur. If you're gonna say females if you're gonna say sheezy, or you come up with a word to describe females, right, or the she's of this world, then that word can be perceived as a slur because a group of people may find it offensive. It's based on the definition of what a slur is. It's very simple.
Okay, so give that definition, please.
It's just a word or a phrase that is being used to describe a group of people that perceive it to be an insult, demeaning, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so if trans people perceive being called like the opposite gender as an insult, by your definition, it's a slur, right?
No, because guess what? Your biology, just like she, her, can't be a slur because it describes your biology. If you come up with a word to describe, that's the definition that I just gave. If you came up with a word now to describe the group of people that are trannies, right? Case in point, then they can say, oh, wait, I don't like being called that. You can just call me transsexual. Why do you have to say tranny? Then they can perceive it as an insult, right? Because they might perceive the terminology demeaning.
Well, yeah, that's how all words come about, right? Someone came up with the word at some point in history. That's just how words work. You're saying if you have to come up with the
Katie,
word for it to be a
nice.
slur, but that's how all words were created. So
All
like
words are
that really
created to
can't be the
describe
distinguishing
people.
factor.
It is the distinguishing factor because it's a non sequitur. It's not necessary. It's redundant. So therefore,
What
you
makes
using
a
it
word
is just to
redundant?
antagonize.
What makes the word redundant then?
Because a woman is an adult human female, which is already a descriptor. So
Okay.
cis woman is not a necessity.
Okay, well, we have
Dang,
woman
so
and
we
we
can't
have
have
female,
synonyms
so...
now?
No. So, yeah, exactly.
We don't need synonym to describe
and we have
women
female.
because it's not an umbrella term.
If
Hello?
I call you a female, is that a slur? 'Cause that's
No. If you call me a breeding person,
definition.
calling me a female
No,
just
no,
describes
no.
my anatomy. If you're gonna call me a
Exactly,
breeding
just like-
person,
exactly.
so if you're gonna calm down
Calling
and
you a
listen,
female
because you're just
describes your
saying
anatomy,
stuff.
just like calling you a woman
Listen.
does. By your own
Exactly,
definition,
a
it is
woman
slur.
describes my female
Yes.
sex organs, right?
Exactly.
So let me
And calling
explain
you a
it to you
female does the
simply.
same thing.
Calling me a female describes that I'm a woman of the human species.
That's completely
So it's the same thing. You just
describes
Oh
that I'm
my
a woman,
God.
and calling me a
A
woman describes
woman
that
is
I'm
a
a female.
female,
It's
a human
circular.
female is a woman. It
Yeah,
can't
but
be
your
used
argument's
as a
completely
slur.
circular. You realise that, right?
Sir, that can't be circular. I don't even think you understand what circular means. If a woman
You just
by
did it.
descriptor, if a woman by descriptor is an adult human female, you calling me a female cannot be derogative. Because
Why,
that's
though?
what
By
I
all
am.
the definitions you've given me so far, it is by definition.
Sir, if you're going to call me a breeder based on the fact that I am a female, then that can be an insult or degrading.
Why?
Because it's not necessary. Calling me a
it's
female
redundant.
literally speaks to the fact that I'm of the human species that is capable of giving birth. So calling me a breeder is redundant, unnecessary, and therefore you're calling me that to antagonize me and belittle me.
So can we never
That's
use any
quite the
synonyms or
step.
words that have...
That's
similar
not quite the
definitions to
step, and
something
both
else?
of you can't talk at the same time. It's not a Jerry Springer show. Talking at the same
You know how
time
two is?
won't prove to anybody
You know how
that
two
you
is, no
won the
using both.
conversation.
Come on now.
Pardon?
My bad. I don't
All
know
right,
how to jump
so
in. My
I
bad.
guess that cautious is no just gonna be belligerent because his argument was shut down. So
Yeah,
he's
it
gonna be
wasn't though, was
snide. But it was.
But it wasn't. Like, all
But it was. Oh, they removed him. Big up Transwatch. They always get like that when their argument is shut down. I can never understand it. Pooshi, how old are you?
Yo, I'm 20 years old.
He said he made me mad because he proved me wrong. Poor thing. That's why you know that they're delusional. What you said, how old you were?
I'm 20.
Okay, how can I help you?
Yeah, I disagree with abortion being wicked and evil.
Is this the same guy
Yeah, the one you were
from
dodging.
the nobody's dodging you. You came and you didn't even know what self what you call it? What did you were saying the definition
No,
that you gave?
I don't know. You were the one that made some weird claim. I don't know. Maybe you should.
He didn't know the definition of the word that he used and kept telling me
you mean
I
the
was
one that
wrong,
you used?
even
Hello?
though I
Wait,
told
wait,
him
the
to
one you
look it
used?
up. Oh my God,
Wait,
it's
the one you
starting
used?
again.
Wait, you
Listen,
don't know what you used. What do you mean?
I just did like 9 hours. I can't do this, honestly. You see, another day, listen, I've been doing the day shifts. You see, when I could have the patience, right? Not today. I'm not gonna have the patience. Please don't get belligerent. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I can't deal with it.
Hey, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, just so we're clear, I don't want to make a problem here. Like, what's the format here? Like, when do we get to talk? And like, is this a back and forth thing, or
Yes,
you
it's a
gotta do
back
your
and
thing
forth
first?
thing. No, it's a back and forth thing, but I don't know. He doesn't make good arguments, and then he just overtalks, and
Wait,
he
no,
doesn't
no,
know
hold
the
on,
words
hold on,
that he's
hold on.
using.
It's not that I don't make good arguments, right? It's the fact that
They're muting
You
him.
make claims, right? And you can't even defend
Sir,
yourself.
you
Like,
were
what?
the one who made the claim, and then you spoke
Wait,
of
what?
bodily autonomy, and you didn't know that
Hold on.
it encompasses what one does with its body. And even though I knew the answer, I
Bodily
told you to
autonomy.
look it up, and you
I
didn't
never
look it
said
up.
anything about bodily autonomy. Why are you
What
like
was
putting
his
words in my
argument
mouth?
when he came on, guys? I don't remember, but
Bodily
it
integrity is different from
basically.
bodily autonomy.
Oh
Like,
yes,
what?
and the word that you use basically define bodily integrity,
Okay, cool.
which
So how does it
speaks
define
to
bodily
bodily
autonomy? Go ahead.
autonomy. Oh my God, you see what I mean? You can't
How
use
does it
it.
define it?
What was the word that you used?
I use bodily integrity. Now that you made the claim that they're similar, can you tell me how?
All right, what is bodily integrity?
I don't know. You've made the claim that they're similar, so you should know
You
what it
made
is,
the
right?
argument about. It's
No,
why I can't be with
Shanta,
him.
let's not.
You
Shanta,
made the
listen.
claim that
You said they
bodily
were similar.
integrity
Hold
means
on,
that
hold
one
on.
should have the right to do with their bodies.
That's
All
fine.
right.
That's fine. Shanta, hold
All
on,
right, what is
Shanta.
bodily integrity? Go ahead and tell us.
So you're gonna tell me that they're the same? Yes or no? We can move on.
Just
Like,
tell
I
me
can.
what bodily integrity is.
Hold
I'm gonna
on.
drop you. I can't deal with it.
Hold on.
Tell me
Why,
what bodily
dude? Why can't
integrity
you just
is. Hey,
go
Dominique, how
ahead
you
with
doing,
what you just
baby?
claimed?
What is bodily integrity?
Hold on, Shanta. Why don't you want to go ahead with what you just claimed?
What is bodily integrity?
Okay. So you're gonna dodge it, right?
Oh my
I'll
God.
define it, but I just want to
What
see if you
is
want to
bodily
concede to that.
integrity?
Are you gonna concede to it? Yes or no? And I'll define it. Sure. Shut up. No. I will. But like, she made the claim that they're similar, so I just.
You guys can bring him up. Yes, his argument. I just got a little call. I'm sorry. So basically, his argument was that bodily integrity is not the same as personal autonomy. And my argument was that it is the same. And he said no. And he was yelling and he was talking over me. There it is. And thank you, Sean. I can't keep up with everything that goes on. Sometimes I don't remember. Yeah, you can bring him back up, guys, if he wants to come up. Hey, Tone, how you doing, Papi?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad.
That's good.
Hey, Sophie, sister, good to see you, baby. Father Pussy, can you come up now? I requested you back up, sweetie.
I know Poochie. Poochie, you already understand how this tends to encompass the same thing. It's just the usages of both. Integrity would be up under autonomy. Autonomy.
Exactly. That was my argument, and that's why he acted belligerent at the time. That's why he doesn't want to come back up. Tony, I'm going to let you talk, and I'm going to mute. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, no problem. So we understand that up under bodily autonomy is integrity. So autonomy would be the right to self-govern your one's body. And the integrity would be to exclude others from said body to, in the mission to keep oneself whole and intact. So this would fall up under it. You can use them interchangeably, but obviously people tend to use them for different things, especially when it comes to the abortion debate. Sure, you can use them differently, but I would say when it comes down to this, you're just going to have some problems.
And you notice that he never wanted to answer the question. It's the same thing. That's why I asked him, what does it mean? And he didn't want to get into it. It speaks to personalized autonomy, right? Which is the same as bodily autonomy. I don't know. To me, it's like they listen to people who debate and they write it down and they're like, oh, this sounds smart. This sounds smart, but they can never articulate it themselves in the way that they heard the person say it. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, well, the thing is, and I know he'll agree with this, but when it comes to even having integrity, you have to understand without autonomy of oneself, you can't have said integrity. This would not be possible. So this is how you know this is up under autonomy. But I mean, I've debated him before. I don't know if he switched his position, but yeah, he should know very well that that's autonomy is not a good stance. He should know this.
He doesn't know because he can't debate. Big up yourself, Gnomes. Lisa, sorry to hear that, darling. Gargle salt with lime. That also helped. It helped me a lot. Yeah. Go ahead, Tony.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's still in here, but Poochie, you already understand how this is. Just don't come in here with that. You already know. Don't do that.
I think he thinks he can best me on abortion, but that's my best topic. It's just that I can't deal with it anymore. That's the first thing I used to debate philosophically and otherwise. I just can't deal with it anymore. It's so disgusting. Sometimes it makes for the OGs who know me from 2019, you know that that's what I used to debate.
Yeah.
They just disgust me. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been, I've debated it too. That's probably about my best subject on here is abortion, and yeah, I have gotten into a lot of debates with some Phil bros and stuff like that, and yeah, it does kind of get crazy. It's gotten worse. I'm not gonna lie, it's gotten way worse. But I think I don't know why Poochie even brought up integrity or autonomy. He knows that that's not, both of those are not good stances, and you have to unalive on some very, very bad hills if you do.
Facts. Hello, Mario. Old are you for Tickety Talk?
I'm 18.
Can't hear you.
I'm 18.
What year were you born?
2006.
You sound very young. Are you sure you're 18?
Yeah, I'm in college. I live by myself. I just have a very, youthful voice, I guess. I'm not sure.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I was just wondering why you think cis is a slur.
Tony, do you want to answer?
You go ahead, Shanta. I know you're good for this one. I really think you're really good for this one. Go ahead, Shanta. You can do it. Oh, did she leave? Okay.
I don't know.
She probably went somewhere. Okay. Yes. Oh, Shanta, you there?
I'm sorry, I'm on a call. I'm sorry. It's basically offensive and demeaning and redundant.
Why is it offensive, though?
Not needed.
You want to go ahead, Tony?
Yeah, I guess. It's not needed. I would say it's in other words, when it comes down to man and woman, this would be the explanation. We don't need anything else more to then explain what they are. I think this would just be done out of pure pettiness, or in some type of a way to equalize us to trans people, which we don't need to. We're not a branch off of anything. We're the originals. Therefore, we don't need extra things to then, describe us.
I mean, I don't know, I think that it's just to so the thing is, you don't go every day and when you say somebody asks you if you're a girl boy, you don't say I'm a cis woman. You don't throw that out there. If you just go in everyday topics, you're just saying that you're a girl, you're a boy, whatever. But when we're going into specific doctor's appointments or we're having conversations about gender and things like that, it is sometimes necessary to use the cis or trans terms. I think that
I would disagree with this. Especially in the doctor's office, they don't have to clarify these things at all. The only time they would ever have to do this is for a social thing, and they do that for trans people only. So if they would want to keep their jobs, obviously, because people are sensitive, yeah, then they'll address them as trans. But they don't ever do this to cis people, like you would say. They just say, yeah, this is a man or a woman or a male or a female. They don't do these things. And when it comes down to talking about gender debates and things like this is also just a dig. We don't need to, like I said earlier, there's no reason to put extra qualifiers on us. We are what we are. This would just be disingenuous or petty. And most people would see this as a slur. It's like me calling you a white girl every time I see you. Do I need to do that, or could I just say Maddie?
Well,
At some point, it's going to sound like I'm trying to dig at you, right?
I don't think it's a slur though. I think that some people may take offense to it.
There you go. Well, you understand us then.
But I don't think that it's a slur.
Well, then how would it be offensive or a dig at all then?
Because people that like are so fragile with themselves, take it as offensive.
I would say that would be trans people that think that they would then use these things. They are offended that they have to go ahead and use these extra things, right, to qualify themselves. So they try to sit here and say, "Oh, I'm a boy or a girl," and then they try to put extra qualifiers on us as if we need them, to say we're cis or some bullshit like that. We don't need this. Like I said earlier.
I mean, like,
This
I
is just
get
a
what you're
dig.
saying. I get what you're saying. But also, I just feel like it's not like hurting anybody, you know?
Yeah, just like the N word ain't hurt nobody, right?
Well, it did. There's a difference.
Oh,
There's
interesting.
like deep rooted racism in the N word.
Yeah, and I would say there's deep rooted like some type of like hate or envy for the other gender when they, well, not gender, or like let's say people who aren't confused. So this is why they do this. I would say the same thing. People who aren't genderly confused, they have a deep seated hatred, so they use this term.
I don't know. I don't fully agree, but why do you think that trans people will never be valid?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're valid ever. Can you
Why?
trans yourself?
What do you mean? Can you trans yourself? What?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, I don't know. This doesn't seem valid to me. So can you trans yourself from what you are?
What the fuck you mean?
Yeah,
Can I
exactly.
trans myself? No, because I'm not trans.
Well, there you go. I mean, I don't see how you'd be valid. I mean, unless you can validate that I could trans like myself to like a plane or some shit.
No, that's
Okay.
just so.
It's weird, right?
No,
It's weird, right?
like it's just I don't understand why you care what other people are doing.
You asked me, so.
No, like I just don't understand like why you guys care about like what trans people are doing with their own lives.
Well, I mean, I would say sure if they were in the comfort of their own home doing this, but obviously these things have been shadowed onto children, and I think that's where it would cross.
I'm not talking about the children though. I'm talking about
Yeah, I mean, I
18
could care
plus
less
trans.
if you would do this in the privacy of your own home and this wasn't such a big thing, right? I don't care. I mean, I still think you're mentally ill. You probably have something going on with you. You need to probably get checked. But this is being a problem being shadowed onto children and stuff. So that really, really grinds my.
But it really isn't though.
I mean, I would say it is.
I mean, like, yeah, it's getting discussed just like everything else. Do you think that kids should be exposed to like woman-men marriages, like woman and men kissing and like things like that?
Yeah, I would say no, sure not. Let's. Okay. Yeah, we should keep all sexual interactions away from children, right?
Okay. But like, how is it being like pushed on kids though? Like how?
Yeah. Okay. So great. Have you heard of the Pride Parade that happened in New York probably a few years ago, where they said we're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children? Or the book that says it's perfectly okay to be gay.
I think it is perfectly okay to be gay.
Yeah, but would you say that these things are perfectly okay to be put onto children?
Like, okay, who the fuck is making me their profile picture? That's fucking creepy as fuck.
I think it's funny, but do you think this would be okay to like put on to children? Like, let's parade sexuality around children, especially like abomination stuff like that.
Yo, I'm sorry. I actually have to leave because some people in here are being creepy, so.
Don't worry. You'll be fine.
Well, like, can you tell? Like, there's moderators in here that are making my picture their profile picture. So, like, what is wrong with them? Like, that's actually creepy and weird. That's actually like weird. Like, there's no reason to do that. There isn't. Like, what?
I think you're kind of pivoting from the conversation,
Well,
but
no, I
just
am a little bit because I'm kind of freaked out because these people are fucking being weird.
you'll be fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. But I just I want you to answer that though. Do you think that okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'll just go ahead and say this, Maddie. I don't think we should be putting these type of ideologies or exposing our children to these type of ideologies, because obviously this is disgusting. We shouldn't teach our children about men having smecks or being sexually attracted to other men. I don't think this is very beneficial for our society at all. Not only that, but I don't see any reason or any positive outcome of teaching children to be, sexually attracted to other children or adults or anything. It's just not conducive.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, did she drop down? She did, damn it. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
I just wanted to talk to her. So I get where you're coming from, but like I have a 8-year-old daughter who the other day just asked me if women can have penises because of what's happening. And I personally don't have an issue with trans or gay or lesbian or any of that, but I do think that they should have their own bathrooms, they should have their own sports. If that, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah. I would say sure.
Just because it has nothing to do with me, like, like the whole Trump walked into a girl's locker room and that's disgusting, but yet if a guy decided he was going to be a girl tomorrow, then it's okay for him to walk in the locker room. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
That's just using them, to be honest.
You're breaking up.
But that was my point. I just wanted to talk to her about that because I don't think she was fully understanding.
And sorry if my voice is a little boring. I do have a monotone voice.
Oh no, you're fine.
Hello.
You're fine. I just wanted to talk to her directly, but it's all right.
Okay, no problem. Who is this up here?
Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, TV girl. TV girl, how old are you? I couldn't hear you. Chaotic, can you mute yourself? Chaotic, can you
He's
mute
asking
yourself?
how old you are.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were kind of loud. But TV girl, can you go ahead and unmute your mic and tell us how old you are?
I'm 13 years old.
13? You gotta go. Sorry. It's 18 and up. Come back in 5 years when TikTok doesn't exist. Feet, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah, it's written on my ID.
Okay, great.
2006.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so can you go ahead and tell us what topic you wanted to talk about?
Well, I don't really agree with any of them, but I'll start with, why is cis a slur? It's literally just preposition. You put it in front of a word to mean at the same side of, like, why is it a slur then?
I'll just go with a different way with you. So, what field of study was this prefix, right? What was this generally used in?
Speaking?
Speaking is a field of study.
Well, I don't know field of study. I just know cis is a prefix.
Okay, great. Yeah. So is re, but I mean, obviously there's certain places you put these things. So cis was originally, or still is, right? This is a chemistry term. Do you think women and men are chemistry projects?
I just think cis is a word that is used for many things, including chemistry, but also in the context of gender. So I don't get what your point is.
So I'm just go ahead and say this again. So this was only used in chemistry only. It's only been recently brought into any type of biology. I wouldn't even say biology. It was this a social thing by the T community to make themselves feel better about being who they are. So they put this on the other people, in which they didn't need, because obviously we are on default settings. So we don't need this. We're boys, girls, men, women, all these types of things. We don't need this. This is only put there for your enjoyment or your, equality, equity, whatever the fuck. So yeah, obviously we don't need this. Therefore, this would just be a slur or something petty that y'all use to pretty much
Wait.
try to put us on your way.
Because it's not useful for you, you say it's a slur?
Yeah, just like the N word. It's not useful for me. I would rather just be called a man, tone, a black man. Not the
No,
N-word.
because like one of them is used historically to oppress a group of people, and one of them is just used
Exactly.
to
I
identify.
agree with that, Pete.
Like what?
I agree with that, Pete. Yeah, I agree with that, Feet. So it's used to directly affect, right? Not oppress, affect a demographic of people. So as it pertains to the people that it's being used against, right? It's to affect or appropriate a certain amount of people, which would be us, ones on default settings, right? It would be used to affect us. This would be a slur to us because we don't need this. Like I said, we're men and
It's
women.
an adjective. You can remove it if you don't need it.
Oh, great. So if we don't need it at all, right, and you still use it, this would make it what? Redundant? A slur? Right?
What do you mean?
Did you not just hear what I said?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, so you said you can remove it. Great. So we don't need this, right? And you still continue to use it. What does that, what would that entail? Don't you think that would
It's like I say, okay, there's a drawing in front of me. I can say it's a beautiful drawing. I can say it's an ugly drawing, but it will still be a drawing. What does it matter if I say beautiful or ugly or whatever? It's an adjective that you use to describe more specifically a word. I'm not panicking, girl.
This sounds like a pivot, but like I said, when it comes down to us, like you said, we can remove it. Yeah, we never needed it. Therefore, we don't want it. You don't have to call us cis, male, or female. You can call us male, female, boy, girl, man.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, but you still continue to do so, though, right? You still call us cis. Guess what? This would just be a slur. Just
well,
like
it's not a slur because I use it for an adjective or not.
Hold on, Feet. Just like you don't have to call black people the N word, right? You can call us black or our name.
Oh, why would I call someone the N word? Like, what?
It's an analogy, Feet. Hold on. It's an analogy. So we don't need to be called these things, right? We don't want to be called these things, right? But if you continue to call us these things, this is just an inflection. This would just be some type of slur or just meaning to be petty. We don't need that. So therefore, you're just using this as a slur. We don't need this.
No, what do you think a slur is, bro?
Yes, it's literally just
What is a slur? Can you describe it?
Hold on, see, I was about to say, I just wanted to put this in correct words so you don't just mistone. No, it's just tone. This would just be like some derogatory, like adjective type deal in which you would call us. We don't need this.
Slur is actually, let me put it up, an insulting or disparaging remark of innuendo.
It's say derogatory too.
I'm just reading the definition for you. If you want to put up another definition, you can. But I just
used one off the top of my head. I just said it's a derogatory term in which you call people.
Yes, the whatever. How is saying an adjective? You said sorry. English is not my first language, so I'm having a hard time with like complicated words.
I can see why you think it's subjective then. So I'm gonna just let you know this is not only that, but insulting someone. Insults are not just objective. This could be subjective to a person. So someone right now is calling me Miss Tone, right?
Miss Tone?
Yeah, somebody's calling me Miss Tone. I could find this funny, or I could just find this okay, or I can find this insulting. Right now, I find it okay. It's well,
that's your okay.
But
you can call me Toe, and I decide if it's insulting to me, but I'm not gonna go around and say that Toe is a slur.
So I don't want to be called a cis male. And if you
Okay.
continue to do this, right, this would then
No.
be slurring, or you'd be disrespecting me, or this would be derogatory. I don't need this.
Disrespecting, yes. A slur, no.
You would understand that in this would be a slur. This would be disrespectful.
No, because a slur is not just being disrespectful.
A slur isn't disrespectful?
A slur is disrespectful, but being disrespectful is not a slur.
This would be the same thing then, right?
What?
This would be the same thing unless you're telling me a slur isn't disrespectful.
No, I'm not saying. It's like, what kind of knowledge are you gonna say? Okay, apples are red.
Okay.
But not like, wait, no.
I mean, I get what you're trying to say. This would just be objectively.
Tony Bone, by the way, it's a very wonderful profile picture. I really adore it. It's a very beautiful PFC. I love it. Anyways.
I don't think you understand how a slur is formed, right? You being offended at the word doesn't mean that it's necessarily a slur, right? A slur has a broader spectrum to it than just being insulted. It has to be correlated with a group of people, right? The B word refers to a female dog, okay? Big up yourself, Adeline. But when you refer to women, like women are biatch, then women who it's being used, right, to address would be like, hey, big up yourself, Lisa. That's offensive, right? The group has to find it an offense. You have to, if you're coming up with a terminology to address a group of people and they find it to be an offense, that's how it becomes a slur. Categorically, that's what a slur is. An individual.
What if half of it?
Pardon?
What if half of it find it offensive and the other half doesn't?
It doesn't matter. Half is a great enough margin, right, for it to become a slur.
I wouldn't say that.
Yes, that's how it works. All right, let me show you what I mean. Look at the R word, right?
Yes.
That refer to people who are intellectually disenfranchised. All right? That is a scientific terminology. But then the people who are being called that were like, not all, but some were like, I don't like when you call me that. People say, they make me feel like I'm less than human. Right? And then the group, right? The majority or even half said, I am offended by this because it makes me feel lesser than. And that's how it became a slur.
Because they were using it in a context that makes is humanizing.
You can be using it just to describe them. They took offense to it. Remember, it's a medical terminology. So the medical professionals who were using it as well had to stop calling them that, because the people who were being called that were like, doctor, I don't like when you call me that. So even when it's not being used in a negative connotation, they perceived it as an insult and demeaning.
I'm not sure it was like that.
Pardon?
I'm not sure it was like that. Right now I'm looking it up.
That's how it is. You can research what slurs are formed, the origins of slurs, that's how it's formed. Right? Every word that is being used as a slur in our society right now was used, right, in a way that wasn't demeaning, wasn't offensive, right? Some of them were medical terminologies. Some of them referred to a bundle of sticks, right? The F word literally meant a bundle of sticks.
Hello? Like I was gonna say,
yes, the F word or the disclaimer, the live is for educational and entertainment purposes. We do not tolerate bullying or harassment. We do not tolerate any type of hate speech or hateful rhetoric towards any marginalized group. No one is being harassed or bullied. Go ahead.
Well, if it was never used at the origin to be something that is bad, is that the same thing for the N-word? Just a question, Bob.
Yes, the N word literally meant black in Spanish, and in Africa, right? Negos. It meant royalty or something having to do with the color black. And it wasn't offensive until a set of people used it to offend to the set of people who were using it towards a group of people were like, I don't like when you call me that. And that's how it became a slur.
Because they used it to degrade the other group?
Pardon?
Is it because they used it to degrade the other group?
But remember, in its origin, it wasn't a derogative term.
Yeah, but
But
after
the
it was
people
used,
who were being called that, they were using it in a mocking tone, just like calling me sis, right? Because when you call me sis, it's in a mocking and derogative tone. It's
you know?
implying that my womanhood is a costume, that I'm somehow equatable to a man in drag, right? And it's not so. I'm not a caricature. It implies that I am therefore a social construct or a figment of some, weirdo's imagination, which I'm not. So we take offense to it and we would just prefer to be called women.
Okay, you can say that and we just call you a woman then. But if you're in a group with transgender women,
There is no such thing.
you would never be in the same room as a transgender woman?
No, that doesn't exist. There's no subcategory for women.
I'm just saying trans women.
No, they're just men. If I'm in a group with men, you can refer to me as a woman and you can refer to the men as men.
So there's no transgender women. They don't exist.
No, woman is not an umbrella term that includes males of the adult human sex.
I thought women was a gender.
Yeah, it's the gender, it's woman describes the gender adult human female. Just like lioness describes the gender adult human feline of the feline species. Woman describes the adult human, right? Species, female species.
I thought it was female.
Yeah, woman describes the female sex, the adult female sex. Lioness describes the adult feline sex.
Okay. Well, if you don't want to get offended by it, have to don't get offended by it. There's a lot of people that don't get offended by it, and you do.
Well, we don't care who's offended by it. The majority is, so majority rules.
Where's the majority? You have the numbers?
Do you think that you can go to Africa and call women cis women? What do you think that they will do to you?
I don't know. I've never been there.
Oh, maybe you should go. Go ahead, Tom.
Oh no, I was just laughing at that. No, that'd be hilarious.
They already know. They already know. Firstly, these alphabet people can't even go to certain place in Africa, Middle East, Asia, Northern Europe, right? I saw some Russian guys dealing with a man in a frock. I tell you. So we know what it is. We know. They know too. They know. They just like to pretend. Pardon?
Why is being in the LGBTQ bad?
If you want to be a part of a society or a community that literally wanted children to be able to consent, even to this day, that was founded by members that founded NABLA, the North American Man Boy Love Association, that believed that little boys should have the experience of a mature man to teach him, then yeah, everything is wrong with that.
Still to this day, I think the group is called pedos.
Oh, yeah, they're called that, and they're petitioning to be called MAPS. Remember, it's a member of your community that came up with that terminology.
Nobody's claiming them.
Oh, yes. Professor Alan Walker, who is a quote-unquote woman with a beard, trans man, literally came up with the terminology MAPS and said that it's a disservice to call, right, pedos, because it's dehumanizing and they can't control their attraction, just like you can't control being straight or gay. You can look it up. And even wrote a book about it.
What's the name?
Professor Alan Walker.
How do you spell it?
I think it's AAL or ALLYN WALKER. It's either with 2 L's or 2 A.
Aileen. Sorry. because in French, E is in anyways. How Aileen? Sorry, what?
Professor Alan Walker.
Walker. Okay, Walker.
Oh my God.
Okay, I got it.
Hey Shanta, I was just coming up because I was interested in I'm writing everything down that you're saying about this Alan person, but you kind of reiterated everything that I was trying to cover, so and just wanted to say hi, so just wanted to get that information that you're saying.
No problem, darling. Big up yourself. Hope all is well. Take care. Big ups to Joker.
I looked it up. He works at the university, but he has been placed on administrative leave because he stigmatized sex offenders.
It's not Ali Walker, it's Alan.
Yes.
Alan Walker.
Yes.
It has an N on it.
Yes.
Yes. And they came up with the terminology. And they want to normalize P3DOs. And your founders, people, a lot of men who were lauded as the founding fathers of your community, you can look up, what's his name? Henry Harry Hay. He was also a proud member of NABLA. You can look up David Thorstad. He was also the founder of NABLA, and he's lauded as one of the godfathers of the alphabet community. Love you too, Lisa. Big up yourself, love.
But the thing that you said, the dude that you're talking about that works at the university or whatever.
Oh, that's a woman. That's my sister in Christ.
Alan Walker?
Yes, Professor Alan Walker. It's an adult human female, aka a woman.
Oh, I didn't know about it.
Yes, she identifies as a man.
Huh?
Big up, Jennings. Pardon?
Is that a woman or a man? I'm confused.
Oh, it's an adult human female, therefore a woman. But she identifies as a man. Quote unquote.
Okay. Anyways, I'm just gonna say Alan then. They were put on leave because they said something about sex offenders. My bad.
Exactly. They were saying that, we shouldn't villainize them, that they're valid. It's their sexual preference and we shouldn't discriminate against them. And there was outrage.
Yes, and we understand why. Like,
but that's a consensus of a lot of the people in your community, sweetie.
What?
They support it. Yeah, a lot of the people in your community, even the founding fathers, thank you, Candy, believe that.
Well, those are the bad apples, and we don't associate with them. In every community, you're going to find bad apples.
Your community has a lot of them. A lot of them. Pardon?
I could say the same thing about Christians.
The church was overrun by gay men that preyed on little boys.
Yeah, they call themselves Christians.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what them call themselves. The Bible already warned us about them. Many shall come in my name and deceive many.
Yeah, but
so we know that they were not followers of Christ. Pardon?
You don't accept them in your community, even though they call themselves.
What you talking about? We don't accept that in our community. Those men were never of God. If you were of God, you wouldn't hurt a child. Anybody who fears God knows that children should be protected and cared for.
Then same thing with the LGBTQ. We don't want them.
No, your community believes that children should be sitting on their thumbs and their penises.
What?
Yeah, that's what your community believes.
Some people of the community, not everyone, that's for sure. There's a lot of people.
A lot in your community. That's why Grindr is surrounded by little boys. So many little boys on Grindr being solicited by grown-ass men.
I thought it was because I'm not crashing out, Sister Mary. I don't know what crashing out for you is, but I'm not. Anyway,
calm down. Why are you so angry? Leave that to the black women. Leave that to me. Go ahead, continue.
like I said, isn't that because they lack sex education to understand themselves, and that's why they go on dating apps because they want to f older
No, no,
men?
no, no, no. They know what mixed education is. We're all taught about it. They go on these apps
Everyone?
because they're groomed by men in the community, and your community members likes to go on forums and literally solicit young boys and send them links to that. Yeah, we know that for a fact.
Great community as well.
Can you name me an app where children are on that is normalized?
There was this app, I forgot the name, but it was a teen dating app for people. And
For
there was a lot of,
teenagers. I'm
yeah,
talking
but
about
I'm
an
not done.
adult site where children are frequently on, right? Without anybody saying this is wrong. Can you go us and tell us one?
Tinder.
Pardon?
Tinder.
Okay. Are there a surplus of children on Tinder, and isn't there outrage where you have to verify your age?
Now, yes.
Pardon?
But before, no. Now, yes. We have to verify your
Okay.
age, but that
And
doesn't
how
mean there's
many?
not
And
children.
because a little girl was on there that was solicited by an older man, and they made certain restrictions on the app. No, we have Grinder that numerous young boys are on, and it's well known, but nothing is done to curtail little boys being on there. I wonder why. Could it be that the people who own it and the people who frequent it like them on there? And thus nothing is done to curtail the influx of young boys on there?
Isn't that they can get reported and they get out, like suspended account? Yeah, I just looked it up.
They can do what?
You can report your account and you cannot enter it
And yet
until.
nobody reports them.
Okay. Same thing for any other apps. People don't report, but people also report. It really depends, you know?
It depends on people from a certain community that like to be with little boys, not frequently reporting it and soliciting little boys that are on there.
Those are called pedos, and they are not part of the LGBTQ. Even if
But
they
they
wanted
are. They have a flag. Your one of your advocates. One of your advocate came up with a different word for them because pedo was too offensive.
This is not an advocate. This is an advocate for the pedos, not for the LGBTQ.
But she is an advocate for LGBT.
She can be that, but we don't claim her.
You know what's funny? Whenever you guys' community does something egregious, you guys can just say, oh, they're not a part of the community. You guys can just pick and choose who's a part. That's why your community is so dangerous, because you never hold each other accountable. You never say this is wrong. You're making the community look bad. Stop doing this. Leave the children alone. You guys are like, oh, you're not a part of the community. No accountability.
Okay, can I talk now? The same thing happened with the Christian community.
Yeah, by gay men.
No, not just that. You know, they killed a lot of indigenous children.
Say unalive. Say unalive.
They unalived a lot of indigenous kids because they wanted them to not be in touch with their culture. What do you think about that? Do you think those are real Christians?
Sir, what is a Christian? Go ahead and tell us.
Christian is someone who believes in God.
And what does God say about unaliving innocent people?
They say, don't do that.
What did he say? I didn't hear you speak louder.
Don't do that.
Oh, he said, don't do that.
Yeah, but you know what they said? They were like, oh, they're not human. We're not unaliving.
There you answered your own question. So anybody who doesn't follow the rule stature, right, that was created by Christ is not of him, right?
But they claim themselves to be.
It doesn't matter what you claim yourself. If you are not going by the protocol.
You can
No, but your community was founded by pedos. So it is in accordance to your community when they diddle children.
What? Wait.
If your community, remember, Christendom or Christianity was founded on the belief that you should be like Christ. So if your community right? It's founded on the belief that their forefathers believed in. That means grown men can have sex with little boys, grown women can have sex with little girls, and that you can mutilate your genitals at will.
Okay, I just looked it up. LGBT history dates back to like really long time ago, and in that time there was also little girls that were sold to old men to
Yeah, that's what your community literally believes in. Children can consent. And don't forget that pedoism originated from man boy love in Rome and Greece.
I'm saying that it's normal, it's founded that people believe in that because at that time, if we look at that time period,
You're saying it's normal for
everyone was
adults to have
doing
sex with children? I'm sorry, you were saying it's normal? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Okay. Oh, my bad. Like I said, if we look at that time period, only that time period, nothing in their mind was bad about a child.
You just said it's LGBT LMNOP and that they also sold little girls. You just said it and they saw nothing wrong with that.
And also straight people, they didn't
Yeah,
care
we know it's a troll account, darling, but it's good for entertainment. Aunt Kat, it's good for entertainment.
What is a troll for you?
Oh, you.
Oh, okay. Anyways, like I was saying, straight people were marrying off 10-year-old girls. What are you gonna say?
What?
Go ahead, Tone.
That was just crazy. But it's not like I, it's not like anything different. I've been on multiple lives where we would try to address the problem in which, that community has that problem, but they always pivot and try to, go to something else. Well, what about the church? Well, what about this? Well, what about that? Like, it's not hard to take accountability. We understand that there's bad apples, but if you constantly are just kind of, covering for those bad apples, why should we believe that you're a good apple in this community? Like, I don't see I don't see why they just don't say, hey, yeah, this shit is happening in this community. They're making us look bad, blah, blah, blah. No, it's Christianity. Like, this makes no sense. Just keep pivoting away. And I mean, we have multiple examples of these things happening and then purposely targeting children. Like I said earlier, the Pride Parade in New York, where they literally said, we're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children, as a joke. That's not
It
funny.
wasn't a joke. It was not a joke. They meant that.
Yeah, they meant that. That's not
And
funny.
remember who said it. Remember who said it first. It was a gay choir that was filled with registered sex offenders who raped boys. Was it the California Gay Men's Choir that said it first? We're coming for your children. Yep. Turns out a number of them were on the sex offender registry. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's crazy, but they think this is funny. It's like, no, this is not. That's not funny at all. Like, I don't see why they think that this is just something that's, oh, just let them choose or anything. Like, no, like, that shit is disgusting. It's already bad enough that some of these children can't even live. They're being unalived and aborted. Now you think they come out, oh, they automatically have the choice to be able to choose whether they're attracted to men or women. This is insane to me.
Sucks. What's up, Jenix?
I just wanted to come up. There were two young people ago. I just wanted to make it clear for the young people in the chat. I'm a medical biller, and it doesn't matter what you identify as, even if you change your license, you will be treated as the sex you are. You will be billed as the sex you are, no matter what you do. So it's never used in a setting. I've never heard a doctor ask a patient what they are. So like this whole thing is word salads that you guys are using for no reason. This isn't used in medical billing.
Actually.
It's not false. So, but go
It
ahead.
is because like
Maya,
not
how
every
old are you?
like
Maya, how
not
old are
every
you?
25 years old. So your pronouns.
Okay.
Not every trans woman like
Okay,
can.
brother.
There's not every trans woman there that you can tell that they were trans or whatever. Like some of them will be treated as women generally in society.
No, sir. Sir, I'm telling you right now, you will be billed out as a male because no female is coming in for a prostate exam and no male is coming in
There's a
for a
lot to that. There's a lot of mumbo jumbo to that.
yeah, because you don't know what you're talking about. I'm coming from
Why
a
do you
medical
laugh like
perspective.
that? Why are you making those sounds before you start talking? What are you doing?
This would just be
Hello, brother. Listen. We don't need all that testosterone on the live. All right?
This isn't even
Because Tony,
testosterone.
listen, bro. Listen. Tony has way more than you, and he's pretty calm and chill. Don't come on here and try to dominate like men do.
I'm not even
All right?
dominating. I'm
So
just
you will
giving
conduct
general
yourself.
criticism.
Listen, I'm speaking. You will conduct yourself with some
Is it
decorum
true
when
that
speaking with the
narcissists
lady.
would say?
Sir.
This is such a
You will
narcissistic
conduct
response to
yourself with some
criticism.
decorum or you will be dropped. Go ahead, guys.
yeah. So as she said, she is definitely right. Apart from all these things that you're saying, they will bill you just how you are. This is all of this. Yeah, they do. And like she said, doctors, medical professionals,
Okay.
they're going to bill you how you
Even
are.
therapists, believe it or not, even therapists, you can go in and your mother could have named you John, and you can tell your therapist that your name is Jolene. You're getting billed out as John and a
So
male.
what is all this to prove? What is all this to prove?
That you are what you were born. Period. That
Duh.
is all.
Like who denied that? Like there's not a single trans person on earth who denies what they're born
So
as.
what's
You
your
will
argument?
always be just that. You will never
That's why we
transition.
identify as trans. We don't deny what sex we were
Wait,
born
hold
with.
on. So what's your argument?
This is all
against her
pointless.
classification?
Y'all delusional.
No, hold on, sir. Calm down. So, what was your point of responding to her then? Because that's what she came up to clear up.
Well, she said something that was generally incorrect. Is that like all trans people would be
But you
billed
agree
as
with
their,
her.
would be
You
treated as their
just agreed
sex,
with
which
her.
is
So what's the
incorrect
point?
because like it depends
What's
on
your argument
who.
if you agree with her, sir?
No, you're misunderstanding. She said that all trans people would be treated as their sex. Now, like she specifically meant.
Mai, can I ask you
specifically
a
meant
question?
doctors.
Mai, can I ask you a question?
Now listen,
Do you
listen.
believe there are physical and biological fundamental differences between males and females?
I've never met a trans person who denied that.
I don't know you. I don't know you. I'm asking a question because your community has many different ways of looking at these things. I don't know you, but you came up to argue
It
with
kind
me
of boils down to the same like acceptance of reality.
that you don't accept it, right?
What are you talking about?
Do you honestly
At
believe
this
that when you
point,
walk into a doctor's office, a doctor is treating you as a female or a male?
Where are you coming up with this?
I'm asking you a question. When you go to the doctor, do you think the
Is
doctor
the
is
delusions that
treating
y'all are
you?
spreading? You're poisoning the youth with this bullshit.
Honey, you think men can be women and I'm poisoning the youth?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You're making up things about trans people.
I'm
What the
asking
fuck?
questions that you're not answering, and you're just calling me crazy for asking you a question.
It's a nonsense question. It doesn't make any
I'm
sense.
asking you if you believe that there are physical
Stop getting
differences
angry.
between
You're
males
being
and
criticized for the
females. But you're
stupid
not
things you're
answering me,
saying.
sweetheart. You're not answering me. You're just saying that I'm toxic.
Jen, don't.
Okay, then don't be
respond
toxic.
to
Like,
this. At
My
this point,
goodness. No woman
Jen,
talks
at this
like
point,
that.
he has no point. He has no point. He just came up here to waffle. That's all he's doing.
no, so she's pointed out that trans
You're a
people
man.
would
That's what I
be-
pointed
would
out.
be
Sir,
treated
brother.
as their sex.
Brother.
Now, I think it
Brother.
depends on who is
Brother.
treating who. Like, if
Brother.
a trans person.
Brother.
Who is treating who? The doctor is treating you.
Okay,
The doctor is treating you when they go to draw blood work. They're not going to be testing me for PSA.
Now,
And they're
that's
not going to be
given,
testing
but where have you
you
heard contrary?
for PCOS.
Now that's a given, but where have you heard any claim to the contrary?
Because I've been in the medical field for 20 years and you guys have been going nuts for the past like 8 trying to
that's not
Are you going to let me talk or are you just going to talk over me?
Like,
are you just going to let me explain or are you going to just keep talking? I'll let you. You need to hear. I guess you need to hear yourself talk. I'll mute. Go ahead.
I don't need to hear myself talk. I need to hear you make sense.
So
you answer a question for me to be able to make the sense, honey, because you know you can't answer it because it kills your entire existence.
No, it doesn't.
Jen, first off,
go ahead, ask me a question.
His ideology is just that if it stretches no further than just an ideology.
What are you talking about? More nonsense, more gibberish.
Hold on. Shut up. I wasn't talking to you. So, Jim, when it comes down to this, he already said he agreed with you. He's just up here waffling. That's all this is.
Like, what sense is there in talking about how doctors are going to treat you? Who said otherwise? Who said otherwise?
It's the people that host lives that say trans women are women. It's those people. Okay,
that's not generally what that's saying. They're not particularly talking about how doctors.
What are they saying then? What are you then?
What are they saying? Not what you think.
So tell me, let us know. Tell us what they mean.
So obviously, no trans person, nobody who is saying trans women are women is saying, oh, trans women were biologically born female or they're going to be treated by doctors as female. No, nobody is saying that. Y'all making that up. You're making up points to stand on.
No, we're talking about using the term cis. Cis. We're talking about using the term cis. Using the term.
Now we're talking about the term cis.
That's how this started. That's what I came in here to talk about. And then you jumped in when you came into the live without knowing why I started the conversation in the first place. You just wanted to come up and call me names. Because I'm a white lady who's against your ideology.
I did not call you any names. And also, I love when people make a good point against my ideology.
Honey, your whole ideology is gone. No one sees you for what you think you're seen as. That's one.
That's a lie, actually.
People are being nice to you.
You look like a dude, bro.
You're a dude.
That's also a lie.
Yeah, no, you do. You look like a dude.
And sound like one.
Yeah, you still. I don't know what type of shit you thought trying to pull.
I don't know what you think.
You look exactly like a dude.
I don't know what you guys are deluding yourself.
You're exhausted with your community. Period.
You don't know me at all, and you're all making up.
There's no way you just said anything about delusion, but said you look like a woman. There's no way.
Look at all the things you're making up about me. Hello, hi, my name is Mai. You don't know me.
Your name is Myers. Stop lying.
We know you're a man.
No, it's Mai. Myers is a first name? I never knew that was a first name.
We know you're a man.
So are you guys a good faith debate or are you one of those cyber bullies?
Not a debate, honey. Men can't beat us. Stop. There's no debate. There is nothing to debate. There's nothing to debate.
So it's a bad faith cyberbullying circle.
No, it's a fact. Honesty.
He's trying to get you suspended. I'm gonna drop him because he never came up to debate. He's just speaking and just saying stuff. He's speaking Japanese at this point. Don't let him get your account bananaed. Where did you see what I mean? Did they get Gen X? Oh. He's triggering you to say words to get your account taken. Don't let him. Cass, hello, how old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay, do you disagree with the background?
Yes.
Okay, what do you disagree with?
Well, firstly, cis is a scientific term that simply means on the same side of.
Yeah, we know. It's using chemistry. What about it?
Well, it's Latin, actually. It's a Latin prefix.
Yeah, it's using chemistry. Its origin is Latin.
No.
It means on the same side or on this side.
Exactly. So
yeah, what about it?
It can't be a slur. It's simply a scientific term.
Yeah, and the N word is a color, but it's perceived to be a slur.
It's not?
Oh, yes, it is. In Spanish, it's a color.
No, it's not.
Yes, sir, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you something. In Spanish, it's a color. Literally, you can look it up. Where have you been?
Yes, and so if you were speaking Spanish...
Yeah, it's literally a color for black.
Yeah.
But
So if
black
you were
people find
speaking
it
Spanish,
offensive,
you could
right?
say, well, I would just think that if you were speaking Spanish, you wouldn't be using
We
the word
can't hear you,
slur.
sir.
We wouldn't be using it
Brother,
as
speaking
a
to the mic,
slur
we
if we
can't
were
hear
speaking
you.
Spanish.
Brother, we can't hear you.
Una momento.
Oh, una momenta. Is that Italian? I don't know.
Is that better?
Sir, what do you say? What did it say?
Yeah, I don't know.
I said if you were speaking Spanish and you
Oh,
used the word for black in Spanish, I don't think that would constitute it as a slur. Just as
but
using
listen,
cis in a scientific
but guess what?
perspective.
Exactly. So the only way for it to not be offensive is if you're using it in the form that it should be used. Otherwise, it's an offense.
Yes, so the term cis woman or cis man isn't a slur.
But there's no cis woman and cis man, and you implying
But
that
there
there
is.
are.
By the scientific biological definitions, there
All
is.
right, where in which biology textbook can you find cisgender or cis woman or cis man? He's gone to Father Google. Give him a minute. He'll be back.
It's pretty simple to look up.
Listen,
I don't
yeah,
know
look
why
it
you
up.
people are
Where
denying
is
reality.
cisgender a scientific term? Why are you going off different things? You just went to Father Google. Did you find cisgender being a scientific term? And where? Father Google.
This is literally science.
Yeah. Where did you find it? And where? Give us the info so we can look it up.
I can't provide this specific example, but you can
Because
literally
it
just
doesn't
look up the
exist.
word
It
cis,
does not
and it's
exist.
literally right there on
It does
Wikipedia.
not exist. Cisgender is not a scientific term. Cis is used in biochemistry to denote like elements. It doesn't describe a sex or a gender. It doesn't.
Sorry.
Did you find it?
Yeah, it was coined in 1994
Yeah,
as an
where did you
antonym
find
for
it?
the
Let
word
me tell
transgender.
me where I can find it to look up cisgender in a biology book or a medical context. Go ahead, tell me. Where's the article from so I can look it up and we can read it together? I will be on YouTube. YouTube. The YouTube link is in my bio. And it's right here as well. See right there? Shiloh based. That's it. YT Shiloh based. One word. Follow me on, subscribe to me on YouTube for all the good stuff. I already have one, Viking Valor. I already have one. And I'm also unfavorited. Thank you, Gen X. I'm also unfavorited. I'm going to follow you unfavorited, Gen X. Shiloh based as well, unfavorited. Can you tell me where you found it that cisgender is a biology term? Yes, Batman, it does. It very much does. Where do you find it? Where did you find it? Tell us so we can look it up.
I
From what I
mean,
heard, Gen X, they're gonna ban lemonade as well because it's owned by the same company, ByteDance. They're gonna ban it as
what
well.
else to tell you? It's in the dictionary. That's its
Yeah, it's in
definition.
the dictionary. We're talking about it being a scientific terminology. That's what we're talking about.
Because it's used in like
They ban
multiple
in Red Note. They
instances.
ban
Like
in Red Note too.
you could just look up the word cis.
Listen, the word cis is used in chemistry and biology. It's a biochemistry term. It doesn't describe a people. You claim that there are cisgendered people. Where can we find this in biology and science?
Yep. I just looked up the origin and
Thank you, Zach.
biochemistry. This has to do with butenes, molecules.
It's also used in biology to denote like DNA strands and structure as well. Rarely too, rarely. He's going to Google again. Give him a minute.
Really like how you that I'm trans. That's hilarious.
Yeah, did you find it?
Medical,
Why do
scientific
people
part
who
of it.
pretend to be the opposite
The
gender
literal
lie?
definition of cis is on the same side of. Therefore, cisgender means gender on the same side of.
Exactly.
The
So
one you were
if
born
I'm a woman, and that means I'm a female. If you're a man, that means you're a male. So we don't need to use cis man and cis woman because it's man and
That's
woman
not
is
how it
already
works.
descriptive. Man and
That's
woman
not
is
how it
already.
works. You are
That's exactly
conflating
how it
sex
works.
and gender. Those are two different things.
But sir, thus far you've not been able to show
Ma'am,
us
I'm
how
a man. Thank you
cisgender
very much.
exists. What?
You are literally arguing with the World Health Organization.
I don't
the
care about the
American
World Health
Psychiatric
Organization. The World Health
Association.
Organization literally said that children as young as 5 have sexuality and should be free to practice their sexual. I don't care about the World Health Organization.
Okay,
What does
so
that have
do
to
you
do with
think?
me?
Do you think? Hold on.
Bro, use the
Straight
World
kids
Health
don't have crushes?
Organization.
Crushes isn't anything sexual with children.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is 100%
Hold on, Tony, let him
sexuality. As we understand it, sexuality
No,
is the
Tony, let
umbrella
him
term
speak.
for attraction.
So you're
And that
saying that
can be
5-year-olds find each
or
other
sexual.
sexual attractive? Hold on, I didn't hear. You were saying that 5-year-olds find each other sexual attractive. Go ahead. Tony was cutting
I
you off.
said sexuality as we understand it is an umbrella term for attraction. Therefore, someone's sexuality is how they are attracted to someone, whether that be romantic or
So
bisexual.
when a little boy has a crush on a little girl, he's sexually attracted to her. He's experiencing heterosexuality.
Yes, he is experiencing heterosexuality. I never said he was sexually attracted to her.
But what is heterosexuality?
It's attraction to the opposite gender.
What kind of attraction?
As we understand it, and as the term is often used, it can be either romantic or sexual.
Oh, so
It can
what
be
is a
one or the
romantic
other.
attraction? What is a romantic attraction? Go ahead.
It just means. Do I need to explain romantic attraction to you? Are you serious?
Yes, we need you to explain it because you're saying that children experience it, so you need to go in depth. This is very new information to us. Go ahead, tell us. What is a romantic attraction?
It means wanting to, kiss or hug someone.
Oh, so
It means wanting to
kids
spend
look at
time
each
with them in
other.
a context
So 5-year-old
outside of
boys,
platonic.
hold on, I'm trying to understand you. So 5-year-old boys look at young girls and want to kiss them and be intimate with them because they're sexually attracted to them and they're experiencing heterosexuality.
Okay. So you disagree that children have crushes on other children?
From what I understand from children's crushes, it's strictly platonic. It could be just fancying how the other person's dress, how the other person's haircut is. It's never romanticized or sexualized. That's why a lot of young boys growing up have crushes on girls, but they grow up to be gay. And vice versa. A lot of young boys have infatuation and crushes on other little boys because they have great video games at their house. They're their best friend. They like their style of clothing and shoes, but they grow up to be heterosexual. So for you to say that children who have crushes experience sexual attraction, you are implying
I never
that
said sexual attraction.
Hold on,
You're putting
I allowed
words
you to
in my
speak.
mouth.
You know this?
You're putting
But
words in my
sir,
mouth.
you
and I'm not
literally
going to
said
stand
that
for it.
children who
You're putting
experience
words in my
crushes,
mouth, and I'm not going to
you
stand for
said
it. You're putting words in my mouth, and I'm not going to stand for it.
And I have you on recording. You said that children who experience crushes experience sexuality. You said that.
Yes, sexuality. There is a difference
so I'm looking
between
up sexuality right now.
and sexual attraction.
I'm looking up sexuality. Looking up sexuality because I don't want you to say that I am misconstrued in what you said. Human sexuality is the way people experience and feel and express themselves sexually. This involves biological, psychological, physical, erotic, emotional, social, or spiritual feelings and behaviors, because it is a broad term which has varied with historical context over time. So it has to do with smex, or they express themselves sexually. So for you to say that children experience sexuality with crushes, you're saying that 5-year-olds look at each other and want to have sex with each other. And if that's how you think about children, we need to have your hard drive checked.
That's not what I said at all, but all right.
All right, let's ask the audience if that's what you said. Audience, smiley face if he said that children's crushes are based on sexuality. Smiley face if that's what he said. Because maybe I'm deaf and only have 3% vision in one ear. Maybe that's it. That's exactly what you said. This is why I tell you that the alphabet community is pedophilic, because they do not see children as innocent and outside of sexuality and sexual relations. Because unfortunately, a lot of them were essayed as children and they've internalized that, and they're like, oh, I reacted to it. My body was stimulated. They think that they enjoy it. Therefore, they don't see adult-child relations as anything bad. That's why it is dangerous with them having these parades at the school. This is why they go to the schools. Can you imagine if a heterosexual man wanted to go to a school and strip in front of little girls, provocatively dance in front of them, gyrating on them? He would be going to jail. But it's okay for drag queens to go to schools and gyrate on little girls, right? And their testes falling out of their panties, right? And no ramifications for that. That's how it is. They see nothing wrong with it because they themselves were victims, but they don't see themselves as victims. It's sick. It's sick. He literally said that children experience sexuality. Let that sink in. Thank you for your time. We're going to clip that one. That needs to be clipped. It's going up on YouTube right away. Right away. Expeditiously. It's going up on YouTube. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. That man sat here and said that jump for real. Oh wow. Wow.
You see that I'm not crazy when I say that the community itself is pedophilic? I hope you guys see the context in which I'm speaking on when I say the community is pedophilic. You guys see the context in which I'm saying it? Because so many think like him. So many think like him. How many of them have come on here and be like, yeah, I knew I was gay at 5. Do you remember that guy that said he found himself sexually attracted to boys at 5?
I remember that. I was there.
Smiley face if y'all remember that guy who said when he was 5, he found other 5-year-olds sexually attractive.
Yeah, I remember that.
Hey, yo, so what's good, brother?
How's it going?
Not too bad. And yourself?
Doing all right. Liberal men are honestly the biggest cucks on the planet. I'm sorry, but they are absolutely cucks.
Yeah, but you're gonna get suspended and get the life taken down. But big up
I'm
yourself.
sorry.
No problem, but big up yourself. Take care.
What's up,
Alright.
Mhm. We do not tolerate any type of sexually explicit language on this live. There is no one being sexually provocative on this live. Tony's flabbergasted up till now. Yeah, he is absolutely right. He is absolutely right. Hello, Katie. How old are you?
Yo, it's hump day. Hey, what I need you to do is tag 3 big dick ass niggas under this tweet right here. And this long niggas do this bust that nut
I'm
challenge.
sorry. Can you speak up? We want to hear so we can hear. And is that supposed to be funny? Let us help you. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. That was hilarious. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. That was so funny. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. My stomach hurts from laughing. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. You should do stand-up comedy. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. They can never do it. They can never do it. I don't know, even when it could be like a good joke, they just don't have the delivery. It's never funny. It's never funny.
They could have came up here and at least told like a funny joke or something.
Exactly.
That's insane. Well, I have.
And that didn't even sound like a fart. That sounded like some diarrhea. So if that's your fart coming out so wet, it means that it's smeared with somebody's nut. If that's how your fart come out wet, it's because it's smeared with somebody's nut. You got somebody's children swimming inside your back door. Big up yourself, Tony, and thank you so much for coming on. Much love, my brother.
You have a nice day.
You as well, babe. Anyway, we're gonna upload this live to YouTube because we need that. Oh, accepted it, guys. I was just gonna end the live. Oh my god. Hello, how can I help you? And it's not even your real fart. At least when I fart, it's real. This is how it's done. Hold on. Let me show you how it's done. We use real farts here. Listen. Listen good. Listen. That's how it's done. Real farts. Real. You see how it just come out easy? Easy peasy. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. If you're gonna make fart jokes, it has to be real fart. You're using a like a sound. Come on, do better. Do better. Do better. It's not funny. Stop trying to imitate me. You can't do it like me. You can't do it like me. You don't have the touch. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go and upload this to YouTube. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it so much. We will be back at it tomorrow, Father willing, bright and early tomorrow, because I got time. Love you guys. Love you so much. So much. So much. Later. Pray for each other. Pray for me. Beg God to have mercy on us all. Pray over your children. Talk to your children. Ask them questions. Anybody doing this to you? Anybody doing that to you? Love you too, Safi. Love you too, CSP. Right? Anybody doing this to you? Anybody doing that to you? right? That's how you do it. Question them, let them know that it's okay to speak up and that nobody can harm them. And mommy and daddy ain't going nowhere, so don't let anybody threaten them that they will unalive mommy or daddy or anybody in the family, right? Let them know. Love you too, Transwatch. Big up yourself later. Thank you, Time's Up. Big up Bree. Big up Nikki.